All right, Wilkes Barre Media Club. We're with Lieutenant Colonel Cliff Morales, and welcome into the show. And we heard a little bit about what you're doing with the students on Wolfpack Live. We're trying to dig in a little deeper here, get a little different side again. Veterans Day is upon us, and we wanted to kind of honor a couple of the veterans in the building. And again, we know of two. There's probably maybe a couple more that have done some things, but for you serving the military, talk a little bit about growing up. What life was like and how you got yourself into the military.
I grew up in a single-parent household. Mom had two boys. We ended up here when I was a junior in high school. I'm a graduate of Nanticoke Area High School, and there's a National Guard unit right down the street. So first generation going to college. Mom really didn't know much about doing anything, so I did not even take the SATs. Went to LCC because it was right down the road, and the National Guard was my opportunity to learn how to pay for it, get somebody else to help me with those benefits, and had no idea on December 27, 1991 that I would still be in the military, just leaving 31 October 2025. I had no idea that was going to be that long, but it was just a fortunate thing. I went to LCC for a couple years, did basic training in AIT, came back, was a traditional National Guard soldier. The unit was right there in Nanticoke, Pennsylvania. So I was with a lot of my good friends from high school. I'm an artilleryman, so I like to blow things up. It's the greatest job in the entire world. Went on to Mansfield University, got my undergraduate degree in economics with a minor in business administration. From there, I was a college recruiter for Mansfield University for my first year out. Then got accepted to Temple Law School, went to law school. Finished law school in 2000, passed the bar, and was a practicing attorney in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and federal court. Still a traditional National Guard soldier. So 9/11 happened during that time. I got commissioned as an officer because I was an enlisted soldier when I started, from private to staff sergeant. Then commissioned in 2001, went away to the officer basic course. In mid-2001, was away at Fort Sill, Oklahoma on 9/11, which kind of changed a lot for many of us soldiers. And the next year, July 2002, deployed to Germany for 6 months. Came home 9 months later, deployed to Iraq for, my deployment was about 15 months long. Came home from that, back to being an attorney, and a position came open with the Pennsylvania National Guard full-time. So I came on board with that, and 20 years later, just left the Pennsylvania National Guard.
It's a great story. And, how scared were you? Okay, you said, you didn't know a whole lot, and getting into the military, like, boy, what am I doing here? Or, did you gain a little bit of confidence thinking, hey, this is going to be great?
Everybody is scared in the beginning. You never know what you're getting yourself into. Basic training, if anybody has ever seen the videos of the drill sergeants yelling at you, they don't pick favorites. They yell at everybody equally. So everybody wonders, what decision did I really make? But I knew that there was a lot of people back here that had made it through. And I have a lot of family service, a lot of service in my family for generations. Grandmother served in World War II, and her brother as well. So again, a lot of traditional service in my family, and just knowing that those people are looking forward to you coming back makes it pretty easy when you're downrange. And it's kind of what I talk to a lot of the students about now, thinking about those that are relying upon you and watching you and wanting you to succeed.
Talk about your own family. I mean, raising a family here in northeastern Pennsylvania, and obviously you were traveling a little bit, but able to kind of settle in here.
I'm super fortunate, again, as a full-time Pennsylvania National Guardsman. I was able to keep my house right here in northeast Pennsylvania. Both my daughters graduates at Crestwood. Loved it there. One went on to Misericordia to get her degree, and the other is at Wilkes right now, getting her degree. So 19-year-old at Wilkes, wants to be a science teacher, so really good things there. Family here, we moved to Mountaintop right in between Germany and Iraq, and moved into our brand new house, had the house built for us, and 2 weeks later, I said, gotta go, and off I went. So I left my wife and my oldest daughter, the youngest one wasn't born yet, back there in Mountaintop, Pennsylvania. Welcome to the new community, except I'm not gonna be here.
Right. How challenging was that part of leaving? Again, that's what military people, are called upon to serve their country and do things that, you have assignments.
Oh, we do. It is much tougher on the family that have to be back here, because the military, we have our job, and generally it's not a 9-to-5 job. You're working, get up pretty early in the morning, work till late in the day, and so you don't focus on what you're missing. the families still have to do all of those things that go on. And I would say on average as a National Guardsman, we advertise 1 weekend a month, 2 weeks a year, but your traditional soldier does probably an extra weekend every 3 months to 4 months. They'll do an extra weekend somewhere, and 3 to 5 weeks a year that are on active duty, whether you're going to a school, you're going overseas for some training. And I've done that over the years as well, not just the mobilizations, but I've done overseas trainings in Germany. I've been to Estonia. I've been out across the United States for different trainings. So those opportunities your family is relied upon, and they make a lot of sacrifice for you to be able to go do your job.
The habits of the military probably don't fall too far away. You're a routine guy. Let's talk about what time you're up in the morning, what time you're in bed. Are you pretty much 7 days a week the same routine?
Sort of, yes. I would say I do like to go to the gym first thing in the morning, and it's been that way for a really long time. So I'm up about 5:30 in the morning on the weekdays, and on the weekends I'll stay asleep a little bit longer. I usually go to the gym at 9 if I'm going on the weekends, although now family time has taken over, so I do a lot more family things. But the military pays you to stay in shape. It's part of your job, so I just see it as part of my daily routine. And every day I'm probably at 11 o'clock at night, so it's just been that way for as long as I can ever remember.
Wow, I would have thought you're like 8 o'clock.
Nope.
Wow.
No, I'm about 11 o'clock every night, 11:30. Get up and go.
Short sleeper.
Yep, it's just been that way for a really long time.
Well, you got a great motor, watching you, for a long time. But this opportunity came up here for the junior ROTC program here at Wilkes Barre High School. Talk a little bit about kind of taking that big step, because military, this is what I'm used to. While it's going to be a big change, but a great opportunity for you, and you're fortunate enough to get the gig.
I am super fortunate. Believe it or not, years ago, I had talked to Mr. Costello, and he had inquired, how do we get the program here in Wilkes Barre? My former positions, I was in recruiting with the Pennsylvania Army National Guard, and so I had worked with a lot of different junior ROTC programs. I'd gone to visit them as the boss for my recruiters that were out there on the street, so I'd go with them to their office and what they were doing. And I had always said, it would be a great job to go teach either at the senior ROTC level at college or the junior ROTC level. I had no idea that this was going to come up, and so timing happens, and coming towards the end of the career, I had to make a decision whether I stayed in and had to travel to Fort Indian Town Gap, or this job came open and I applied for it, and I was fortunate enough to get the job. It is, and again, dealing with the students out there, the goals of the program, super good ideas in each school. I don't know any junior ROTC that is not successful. And so having it here in Wilkes Barre is just a great opportunity for me.
When you first thought, okay, I'm going to do this, hey, maybe we'll get 20, 30 kids. If I'm not, you might be like 80 or 90 kids in the program, or is it more than that?
So day one of school, we were at 89. We weren't sure what we were going to start with. I'm really good friends with Hazleton, who's just 2 years ahead of us. And they started with about 60. They dropped to 50, I believe. And then they're back up now, really high. So we started on day one with 89, and today we're at 117.
Wow.
So over the 6 class periods a day, I have 117 students.
We're in November here, 2025, the first year of the program.
Yes.
Talk a little bit about, just seeing what the kids are all about, and are you kind of like, wow, this is, the kids are responding very well?
I would say I can't be more proud of the students that are in the classrooms. Maybe some of the kids that left just wasn't for them. It is what it is. I don't take offense to that at all, but the kids in the classroom, super respectful, and we're starting from scratch with the new program. And so they don't know what a lieutenant colonel is. They don't know how to address you. So just starting at that base level of teaching them how to be respectful through the Army customs and courtesies, what you would say. I also tell them that it's not just what they do in my classroom, because JRTC is an organization within the school, and so you need to carry that with you out to the other teachers that you're dealing with, out to the other students you're dealing with. Eventually we're going to get our uniforms that'll come in, and students will be wearing that uniform 1 day a week, and every single person is going to know that they're part of the program. And so all eyes are on them as if they're representative of the entire Army because they're wearing that uniform. And again, they're not in, they're just taking it as a high school class, as an elective, but you'll honor those values that we hold.
And I'm sure with the uniforms, you have a lot of variations of what you do wear, but I'm sure there's students kind of walking up to you, hey, what do you do, or how do I get involved in this?
Oh, I do it all the time. I get students that are not my students that come in to ask me about the military. And I'm fortunate because I do have a lot of experience with recruiting to be able to talk to them about what would happen, the process, and then expectations of them, expectations of the recruiter when they talk to them. For me, yep, it is phenomenal that the guidance department, we work really well together. The principals, if we have students that they think would be doing well in my class and they need to get that class, make an exception to get them in there. We've made some exceptions with some kids who needed to take an extra class through cyber just to be part of the program in person. Because unfortunately, you can't do this program via cyber, you gotta be here in person. So yeah, super fortunate that the kids are adapting well to it. Yesterday, we put up a new flag out at the football field because Mr. Galamo noticed that there was a tear in the one that was up there. So he brought it out and said, your kids wanna go do it. And just 2 weeks ago, we had done a class on flag folding and the courtesies to the American flag. So we took it out there and hoisted it the correct way. And so it was awesome. And they folded it the correct way when they were bringing it down. So it's pretty awesome to watch them go out and do those things.
It's a pleasure to speak with you. Great addition here to Wilkes Barre Area School District and the Wolfpack here of high school with the junior ROTC, Lieutenant Colonel Cliff Morales. We thank you.
Thank you very much.